and the next day he delivered it to me.
All right.
Interesting.
Beautiful.
Another interesting one that I'll just point out to you is the embroidery there. That was a gift from Dao Xiaoping's son.
You mean that little bitty?
Yeah, that's an embroidery of a kitten, and it looks the same on both sides. It's from China. And
Wow.
Dao Xiaoping's son came and bought that. And the story behind that is rather interesting, because in China at one time, they really didn't bother much with people who were invalids or who were handicapped. They just ignored them. And Dao Xiaoping was thrown out of a building, his son was thrown out of a building as a child and was in a wheelchair. He was a cripple, he didn't have a wheelchair. And so conversations began, and President Carter initiated a program to manufacture prostheses in China.
Wow.
And the way that he got into it was he knew someone here in Georgia whose family had been making wooden legs since the Civil War.
Really?
And they had progressed into making prostheses. And so they agreed to work and to go into China and assist with making these, setting up a plant to make these prostheses. And that's exactly what happened.
That's fabulous.
And President Carter did go back there when it opened about 10 years later, and he was critical of the Chinese government at that time, but they couldn't say too much because, you know, he had given so much. And they also had a program called Teach the Teachers, where they sent people who were used to dealing with handicapped people, and they taught people in China how to deal with these. So it was a very interesting program.
Wonderful.
These are the duties of the president.
Really?
Here, listed. You can't touch it, but they're listed in there. And President Carter was one of the few presidents that read all of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really quite amazing.
High school students here have difficulty.
Hello. How are you?
Good.
So I think that sort of gives you a bird's eye view. I can take you
Yeah.
down and show you the other room that's used as a conference room. It's where we usually meet with President Carter when he comes to speak to the volunteers.
Uh-huh.
We usually have a breakfast sometime in April where he and Carter come and tell us about all the things that have been happening. And Carter told us one day that, or Mrs. Carter told us one day that if she passes in the hallway and didn't speak, it really wasn't that she didn't want to acknowledge us. It was simply that she might have something on her mind and might not have noticed, but she wanted to apologize if that had ever happened. And President Carter said, I, on the other hand, of course, noticed everybody. It's very funny.
Well, this is architecturally quite a,
Interesting.
yeah, quite interesting, to say the least.
These are some of our volunteers. And I'll see if I can get in here, but I'd like to show you this. This is a list of the volunteers, and if they've got 1 star, that means they have 5 years, and 2 stars means 10 years of work. But the interesting thing about it is the President Carter made it himself. Yes.
So he's
He
a
got a piece of
woodworker.
wood. Yes,
It's Mark Walnut
absolutely.
again.
Yeah. So he got the wood and made it, and he's also made a spare in case it grows too big and we need some more. Well, I'm afraid there's a conference in here, so we can't go. You can just maybe peek if nobody's coming out, but it looks over the gardens and it's really quite nice.
That's fine.
And that goes through to the executive dining room and into the cafeteria.
All right.
So, any questions?
No questions in particular.
I hope that I've given you a little flavor of the place.
Wonderful.
Was it as hot in Indiana this week?
Yeah, it's been hot, yeah.
Terrible. wish it would go away. I'm tired of it. Can I show you anything else? Or are you...
I feel like I've been given the royal tour.
I'm pleased.
Wonderful.
I've enjoyed meeting you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Have a nice day in Atlanta.
Thank you, Steph.
Okay, and volunteer for something with President Carter for habitat or anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
What'll it be? Heaven on earth or catastrophe? Soon we will morph into one upon earth, Mother of